What recipes you like best with pumpkin? Sweet or savory recipes? In this video, I'll share with you 2 sweet recipes and 2 savory recipes with fresh pumpkin. Let's jump to the video. Welcome and thank you for coming back to my vegan lifestyle and cooking channel, The Early Fair Cuisine. The message for today is to save water. Here are 5 important tips to start saving water from home right now. Number 1, turn off the water while brushing your teeth or shaving. Number 2, use your dishwasher or washing machine for full loads only. Number 3, keep a pitcher of water in the fridge so you don't waste tap water running until it gets cold. Number 4, use a broom to clean your driveway instead of using water. And number 5, invest in reusable water containers such as your own water bottle or a water filter pitcher to keep in the fridge. And use your own bottle to refill instead of using a new glass every time you drink water at home. Why saving water is important? Even though if water doesn't appear in short supply where you live, using less water leads to save energy in the process of cleaning gray water. Save your money and save water for future generations. Today, I'm going to share with you 2 sweet recipes and 2 savory recipes with fresh pumpkin. And here, there is another opportunity to be environmentally friendly. Use fresh pumpkin instead of canned pumpkin. You support local farmers and pumpkin waste is biodegradable. Follow me on Instagram for more ideas of how I can contribute on taking care of the planet and short recipes. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Early Fair Cuisine. Click the bell to be the first one in receiving these recipes and also tips for taking care of the planet. Now, let's continue with the recipe. Let's start with the savory recipes. The first recipe is a creamy pumpkin soup. Choose a personal size, so the amount of soup is for just 1 person, or you can make a soup inside the pumpkin for 2. Cut off the top of the pumpkin and remove the seeds. Separate the seeds well from the pulp with your fingers and then immerse them in water so they float and it's easier to separate the seeds. Clean the inside of the pumpkin very well, add a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil. Cover and bake for 30 minutes at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not throw away the pumpkin seeds. They are very healthy. They have lots of benefits, contains vitamins A, B3, and K, as well as folic acid, linoleic acid, omega-3, and omega-6 fatty acids. Just bake at low temperature for 1 hour around 300 degrees Fahrenheit and then add the spices and salt of your choice. Let the pumpkin rest until it cools down a bit and then proceed to carefully remove the pulp with a fork and take it out to a pot. Keep the pumpkin skin for later to serve this creamy soup. Saute a quarter of big onion, 1 small tomato, 1 clove of garlic. Can be in large pieces because then we're going to process everything. Mix in with the pumpkin pulp in a large pot and blend everything as I show you with a hand blender, or take everything to the blender or food processor. Process very well until creamy and smooth. Bring the creamy soup to a simmer. Adjust the salt and pepper of your liking. I put these condiments and these seasonings that I bought in Trader Joe's, umami mix, and this vegan chicken seasoning. Optional, if you have a baguette, cut slices and sprinkle some oregano or basil and a little bit of oil. Bake for 5 minutes or until it gets the look you want. I made this bread along with hamburger buns and I show that in this video of 3 vegan sandwich patties. Check this recipe later to make this amazing bread. The only difference with those buns is that I did not sprinkle baking soda mixture to these baguettes. When the pumpkin soup has come to a boil, transfer to the pumpkin skin. Top with some sour cream tofu. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds and insert the piece of toast. Enjoy this creamy and healthy soup. This pumpkin creamy soup gives us approximately 220 calories, and with the slice of bread, it will be approximately 320 calories. Now let's move on to the next recipe, pumpkin brown rice. You can steam the pumpkin or do the same procedure as previous recipe. Take it to the oven for 30 minutes. Then blend the pulp until it's very creamy and smooth. In a pot, mix 3/4 cup of well-rinsed brown rice along with 4 measures of pumpkin juice. As I measure the rice with this cup, I use it to measure the juice as well. Add a pinch of salt, pepper, and a tablespoon of olive oil. Mix well and cook over medium heat until the water has evaporated. Then cover and reduce the heat to the lowest setting on your stove. Remember to stir constantly so the rice cooks evenly and doesn't stick. This rice takes more time to cook, almost twice as much as white rice, 40 to 45 minutes. When the rice is cooked, sauté half cup of finely chopped broccoli, 1 stick of celery, 10 black olives, and 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onion. Add a pinch of salt. Sauté until brown and don't cook it too much. Mix these sautéed vegetables with the rice with gentle movements. Preferably use a fork or wooden chopsticks. In another pan at the same time, sauté 2 cloves of garlic along with shredded king oyster mushrooms. Add a tablespoon of reduced balsamic vinegar and a tablespoon of low sodium sauce. Just sauté for 2 minutes and we're ready to plate. Optional: shape the portions of rice with a cup or a little bowl of the size you want. Put a little water and oil in the bottom of the cup every time you shape a portion of rice to avoid sticking and to give this nice clean shape. Top with some sautéed mushrooms, chopped green onions, pumpkin seeds, and black or white sesame seeds or the seeds of your choice. A cup of this cooked brown rice provides us with approximately 400 calories. Enjoy these healthy and flavorful rice. Let's move on to these sweet recipes. Next recipe is crunchy chai pumpkin skillet cookie. The first thing we need to do is to prepare the spices. Heat following spices a little bit, 1/4 teaspoon of each: clove powder, ginger powder, cardamom powder, cinnamon powder, anise seeds, and fennel seeds. Mix well and leave on low heat for 3 minutes to bring out the essential oils and the spicy fragrances. Then grind the spices well. You can use an electric coffee grinder or food processor or blender. I made a little bit more in this batch. I use 1 tablespoon of each of the spices to have a mix ready for my chai drinks, and I leave a tablespoon for this recipe. The ingredients for this cookie are 1 cup of rye flour, half cup of organic brown sugar, half teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of chai spice mix, half cup of almond flour, 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, 1 cup of cooked pumpkin, 1/4 cup of concentrated black tea, 2 tablespoons of golden raisins, 1 tablespoon of chocolate nibs, 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds, 1 cup of crushed cashews, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of almond butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence. Mix by hand or with a mixer the dry ingredients first, then pour the pumpkin pulp along with the rest of the ingredients. Add a pinch of salt to balance the sweetness in this cookie. Mix well until all the ingredients are well incorporated. Use a cast iron skillet or a round mold or a baking sheet and pour the mixture and even the surface very well. Remember to grease the mold first. Wet your hands to avoid the dough sticking to your hands. Top with chunks of chocolate or chocolate chips, and depending on the height of the mixture in the pan, You will need to bake the cookie for 25 to 30 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let the cookie cool down inside the mold. When this cookie is at room temperature, you can portion this cookie in 8 pieces and top your cookie with some cocoa powder and chocolate nibs or pumpkin jam. Just mix pumpkin puree with maple syrup, a few drops of lemon and vanilla essence, and you have pumpkin jam. Or add a scoop of ice cream on top. A serving of this cookie provides us with approximately 300 calories with nothing on top. Stay in this video for the next sweet recipe, pumpkin ice cream. The ingredients you need for this ice cream are 1 cup of frozen banana, 1 cup of cooked pumpkin, 2 tablespoons of tofu cream, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 cup of organic sugar, and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and that's it. Process all the ingredients well in your blender or food processor until the mixture looks creamy and smooth. Transfer to a metal or ceramic mold and place in the freezer for at least 2 hours before serving. If you leave this ice cream for a longer time or overnight, remove the ice cream from the freezer and let it rest for at least 5 minutes before scooping the ice cream out. Optional, I have this chocolate and pumpkin sauce to pour over the ice cream. Mix 2 tablespoons of pumpkin pulp, 2 tablespoons of soy milk, 2 tablespoons of sour cream tofu, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and half teaspoon of vanilla essence. Mix all these ingredients until creamy, and then we're ready to serve this ice cream. Serve the ice cream and top with this sauce along with raisins, chocolate nibs. With these ingredients, you get 5 scoops of ice cream of approximately 120 calories each. In the link above, you can find the recipe for amazing packed with protein cookies. Enjoy this ice cream and all these recipes. Thanks for watching this video until the end. I hope you enjoyed these sweet and savory fresh pumpkin recipes. Personally, I like all kinds of recipes with pumpkin. Let me know what recipes you like best, sweet or savory pumpkin recipes. And also leave me comments about more tips of how we can save water at home. Consider subscribing if you are new, like, comment and share. And remember to save water and separate the solid waste you generate in your house. Bye bye.